years ago, I was asked to photograph Dustin Hoffman, and I was told that he's really mean and he hates having his picture taken, and it's going to be a really difficult shoot. So it was in Hollywood. So I went to Hollywood. I'm short person. Dustin Hoffman is very short. So he walked onto the film set that day, flanked by two Amazonian women who were his publicists. And they looked so mean as a sort of triptych. They looked like collectively they had not had a cuddle in 50 years. So I was thinking, oh God, I was warned, but this is still going to be really tough. So I went up to him and I just thought, okay, put all that aside. And what do I really want to say? And I remember telling my mum that I might be photographing Dustin Hoffman. And she loves Dustin Hoffman. The Graduate is her favorite film. So she said, oh please tell him I think he's great. He walks in the room. I said, Mr. Hoffman, before we begin, I've got a message to deliver from you from my mum. I said, she's followed your career since The Graduate. She thinks you're really cool. She thinks you're the greatest actor of your generation, and she thinks you're rather cute as well. So he says, where does she live? So I said, she lives in London. So we're in Los Angeles. So he said, can we call her? So I said, Mr. Hoffman, it's 8 hours time difference. She's probably getting ready for bed. I don't want to disturb her. He said, we have to call her. So me, Dustin Hoffman, his two mean publicists who were becoming more human by the second, we all gathered round the floor and I dialed my mum's number on the office phone. And I said, hi, Mum, sorry I'm calling so late. I just got someone who wants to say a quick hello. Put the phone over and he says, hello, my dear. I want you to know you have a secret American admirer. And next time I'm in London, I'm taking you to the Ritz for high tea. And she says, who the bloody hell am I talking to? And he says, this is Dustin Hoffman. And she freaks out, man. So screams, joy. They have a lovely chat. The publicists are laughing. He eventually hangs up and we had the nicest shoot. He was the sweetest person you would ever wish to spend a day with. At the end of the shoot, I took him aside and I said, Dustin, I need to just level with you. I said, you don't know this, but my dad died a month ago. And tomorrow it's my mum's birthday. And it's her first birthday in 40 years without my dad. Now, we all know that birthdays are supposed to be celebratory. They're supposed to be days of joy where we celebrate, a certain point in our lives. But if you've lost someone, those big days can be very painful because it just reminds you of what you don't have rather than what you do have. So I said to Dustin, I just want to tell you that I want to thank you because you've distracted my mum. Tomorrow is going to be a brutal day for her, but she's never spoken to a movie star before, let alone someone she loves as much as you. And that's going to take her pain away. She's going to be thinking what a nice day she'd had with you the day before on the phone. So I said, as a son, I want to thank you for being a generous human being that made a big difference. So he gives me a hug. He gets in his limo with the Amazonian ladies and they take off. And then without me knowing, one of his publicists, the really mean one, she called my agent back in New York and she got my mum's address from my agent. And the next morning, there was a knock on my mum's door in London. So she comes downstairs in her dressing gown, really pissed off. Who's knocking on my door in the morning, ruining my birthday? I wanted to have a lie-in. She opens the door and there's a delivery man with 200 white roses and a card that said, happy birthday from your secret American admirer. That's people power. That's what
beautiful.
happens when we dare to be honest with each other.